Hello again and welcome to Katawa Shoujo Part 2 recording on the same day as the other recording earlier. Cool.
Welcome back.
I think we had
That is
everybody.
time I will never get back. Wait, no, go on, Zen.
Okay,
Whatever you
we have all the same people as before. Stuff will happen. We might actually
say words.
Yes, we might actually have one of our
Yeah, I
voice
might
actors
say
here say
things.
words. You might
I
say
might
words
say-
too.
I might say things, but not words.
Not words. Good.
Things but not words.
Continue.
This is going to be Gab's episode if the last episode was Logan's episode.
Except that was way longer than one episode. But whatever.
Whatever.
I
Okay.
deserve multiple episodes.
Yeah, you do, because you're great and fabulous and whatever.
I'm beautiful.
No,
Tell me I'm beautiful!
you're beautiful.
Don't hate me cause I'm beautiful.
I love you too, honey.
Okay, let's go. That's time I will never get back. I'll get him for this somehow. But right now I have to get to class. I'm the first person in class today, although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer that time with Kenji.
What you say about me, bitch?
The combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom starts making me feel very tired. I black out for a second, waking up when my head hits the surface of my desk. Rubbing my forehead, I realize this is as good a reason as any to stay up for now and stop coming to class so early later. Eventually, I hear a tapping noise outside in the hallway, and Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in this class, so she must have had some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako. Lily stops at the door, looking hesitant, as if she was a vampire who can't come in unless invited. I consider doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in on her own accord, though, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar as if it was of importance to look prim when entering her classroom.
Excuse me.
She calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily.
Hisao, good morning. I didn't hear you come in.
I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely. If I were to tell too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here, just asleep until now.
Have you seen Hanako today, by any chance?
No, she seems to come in only just before the bells ring, or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you?
No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on the way here.
I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess.
You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should. Punctuality is a good thing. I think so. Anyways. It's a very busy morning today. The festival's coming up soon, and today is the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone's trying to complete the necessary forms, at least at the last minute. Man, that's why everyone's so quiet today.
Hi!
Misha pops into the room with Shizune as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch.
Hi, Hee-chan!
Hi.
Look, it's the class representative! Hello!
Lily smiles, probably amused by Misha's or Shizune's use of the word look.
Good morning.
Of course, you're not the representative of this class, right? Right?
I'm not.
Lily seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along at all. Then I realized that Lily might actually not know Shizune is present. She's trying to detect whether or not she is, to know who she's talking to. For all she knows, she's talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune being the one that actually talks. Damn, how complicated. I decide to help Lily out for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You're here early, Shizune.
You were here even earlier than us.
Misha puffs out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf too? It's not that weird though that Shizune didn't like my little comment. It's true, I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. I just realized I said that sentence wrong.
Whatever.
Wait, what?
I said one of my sentences wrong also. Don't.
Who fucking cares? Continue.
Before I can start weighing whether or not I should apologize, Shizune has already moved on.
Class rep, it's good that you're here. We have to talk. The festival is coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in their projected budget reports for their event. Even the first years. Except you. Wahaha!
There is still time to hand it in, isn't there?
Today. The deadline is today. You're certainly taking your time, aren't you? If I had it my way, I'd have all the necessary paperwork days ago, but someone had to say the deadline. Please extend it.
Yes, that was me. Planning something on this scale is it's not a small task, and a week is too small of a time frame to expect the whole class to work out such a complex issue completely.
Do you want to know what's harder than distributing the funds for one class's event? Handling the same event for every class in the school and then some. The one who does that is me.
Misha puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight. Wow, she is really getting into the role. Lily doesn't look like she's very amused, though. Hey, Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left.
Please, Hisao, it's alright.
Lily seems happy I'm taking her side, but a bit conflicted that I might not think she can take care of herself.
This is about the budget that I'm disappointed that you think that I've forgotten about it. I understand how important it is.
Then, can I have it, please?
Shizune, she might not have it on her at this exact second.
It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students from my class.
She emphasizes the last sentence, much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune and Misa's efforts to rope me into the student council? I guess word must have gotten around, so now she's using me as ammo against Shizune. This just gets better and better.
It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something you should just delegate away. As a class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible.
They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they could not have come back to school and give it back to me. If you want, I will apologize on their behalf for getting sick.
Ooh.
Okay.
Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't, and she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge.
Lily, don't they live here at school? That's a 5-minute walk, you know. What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking a 5-minute walk out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class?
Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Looks like her baton's conducting freely. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal, cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal.
And what's with that attitude? I said that it's not something you should be delegating away. Are you the class representative or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have their job if you can't even handle something this simple yourself.
One form isn't the extent of what I'm supposed to be... wait, what?
Read it.
Okay, sorry! One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of.
Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she's doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she's becoming. She's playing her cards close to her chest.
Why did they tell me my tone after I say it?
Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is.
Of course, you do so much, class rep. It must be so difficult being you.
Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without even a hint of the sarcasm with which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other, that much is clear, but this seems a little much. It seems like Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. Dun 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 dun.
I was actually just discussing the budget report and then before you came by. You must be very talented to finish all of your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down and make sure I don't forget my own.
Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself.
I don't think so. That'll be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you.
You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell.
It's not hard to guess which one you might represent.
Catfight!
Also, lower right penny shot.
Yep.
Totally unnecessary.
Completely
The air
necessary.
between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation.
He-chan, don't you slack off either.
What are you talking about?
Aren't you taking part in the festival, He-chan? You are, aren't you? Then I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure it goes smoothly than this person.
I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. Alright, I already know which one it is.
There's a check mark next to the correct box because we've already
Indeed
played
it
this one
is.
before.
Alright,
What?
it's don't drag me into this. I've done my part.
Why? What do the two things do?
The other one gets you points with Lily because you're basically distancing her and yourself from them. So don't drag me into this kind of
Yeah.
distances you from it as a whole, which makes Shizune more happy. Okay, so don't drag me into this. Why am I being dragged into this again? I've done more than enough, I think. If you're angry with Lily, that has nothing to do with me.
Ouch. Now wait. Now wait just a second. Are you implying that the president is more right in scolding me than yourself?
Damn, I think I could have worded that better. No, I don't know about that, but I mean,
What are you saying, He-chan?
it's just like I hardly think it's fair you could say that, seeing that I've helped you guys. The mood has changed. This is like a showdown between two gunfighters now. Well, it was like that before too, but this time Shizune's focus is on me. And so is Lily's, that she keeps quiet. I'm afraid I inadvertently pissed her off.
How is Lily staring at Hisao?
Are you saying I'm wrong?
What a dangerous situation. It's too early to argue with you. Yes, I think it's unfair of you to get on my case.
Can we die in this scene?
I don't think so.
He-chan, you want too much. But you do have a point. Okay. You're not lazy, He-chan. Ha ha ha!
Shizune pushes her glasses up with her thumb, almost approvingly.
That's good. If you're not useless, you shouldn't let anyone say you are. But the next time I say it, it'll really be because you're disappointing me, like Miss Class Rep here. So don't let this get to your head.
Lily takes the jab silently, a venomous visage frozen on her face.
Class Rep! Shi-chan says, don't forget that report, please.
I won't. Would that be all?
Yep.
Then good day to you all.
Her voice would cut the air of the classroom into half if it was more tangible.
Gab's a girl?
Yes.
Yes.
Lily leaves the room, understandably in a bad mood, but still managing to be as poised and calm as usual. Shizune, you really did go a little too far today.
It's true, Shi-chan. Just a little.
If I had been expecting Shizune to grudgingly admit I have a point there as well, I think I was expecting too much. She doesn't respond.
Ha! Shi-chan thinks you should mind your own business. He-chan, we have a few last-minute things to take care of before class. We might just be late, so can you please cover for us?
Yeah.
Perfect! Yay! Okay, thanks, He-chan.
Zen, I love you.
I can't. I'm done with this shit.
They walk outside
call.
even though there are only 10 minutes left before the bell will ring, signaling the start of class. Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lily was looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. We've been covering the same amount of pages each day, so reading ahead is more or less giving myself a preview of what tomorrow's lesson will be about. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock.
Nah,
Start-
but-
I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, not noticing Misha's head poking over my shoulder until she's almost on top of me. What are you doing?
I'm lost.
I try to strike a balance between being quiet enough not to draw attention to myself, but loud enough to draw hers.
What are you doing, Hee-chan?
Panic shoots through me as Misha starts talking at her normal volume, and I sputter out a hasty reply, still keeping my voice down despite the fact that she just blew any hope of being discreet I may have had. I'm copying down that stuff. What are you doing? Why so loud?
Aw, really? But it's all in the book. That's why no one else is copying it down.
I know. Why are you so loud?
Why are you so quiet, Hee-chan? It's hard to hear you.
I look around to see if anyone is noticing our conversation. It's pretty obvious that everyone has, even the teacher. Shizune smiles coyly, and I start to wonder if Misha is doing this because she told her to. Is it because of what happened between her and Lily earlier? This is what I get for trying to be reasonable, for trying to take the middle path. Shizune is way too prideful, although by now I should know to expect that kind of behavior from her. Why are you doing this?
Huh?
Misha is totally oblivious to the awkward stare the teacher is giving both of us while trying to balance her textbook on one finger. For a brief second it looks as if things could get ugly, but the teacher simply looks away, as if it's not worth the trouble. I guess this is a good thing, and I slump back in my seat in relief.